Hello, everyone. I'm Wendy. 3 years ago today, I was about 32 weeks pregnant. And if you told me at that time that I'd be standing up here educating you about what it's like to be a birth mother, I'd have told you you were nuts. Everyone else doing a little spoken word. I'm just going to be a little bit more direct and straightforward with things. Recently, I saw a post that appeared on Dr. Phil's Facebook. It said, "Working on a show, should birth mothers retain visitation rights to a child she places for adoption?" To me, the obvious answer is, it's supposed to be the mother's choice. Her choice for herself and her child. Without her and her child, there would be no possibility of an adoption in the first place. I saw horrible responses degrading and outright bullying women, strangers they've never met, but for some reason feel obligated to judge and condemn. I saw answers to the questions calling mothers birthing pods, human incubators, breeders, and preaching at them about birth control, telling them to keep their legs closed. It seems to me that if a mother's considering an open adoption, it's not because she's a whore, uncaring, insensitive in any way, shape, or form. It should be quite obvious that she wants to be part of her child's life. She wants the child to always know the truth. I feel it's absolutely beyond degrading to verbally abuse, attempt to find so-called dirt on, or otherwise condemn a human being for trying to do the next best thing for a child she may desperately want to raise herself. If adoption is such a loving choice, then why does it seem at times that many people personally affected by it are very upset by it? I am a so-called birth mother. It's a term I greatly dislike. I'm also a person raised by her natural mother and an adopted father, so I know what it feels like to feel different in a family where everyone looks the same and has personality traits in common, except one. I am my child's mother. I became pregnant with him. I carried him in my womb. I felt him move and kick and squirm. I recognized his active times and resting times. I noticed little feet pushing on my tummy and could tell when it was his little butt, too. I felt him have hiccups. I chose a name for him. And he and I shared a lifeline known as the umbilical cord. We shared blood and a heartbeat. I even read recently that some of his cells remain in my body, which helps me explain why I feel like I can't stop feeling him. He came into this world through my body in a warm tub of water, surrounded by candlelight. When he was born, fear went away, and I fell in love with him. I began looking at this beautiful little human, marveling at his tiny little scrunched out face, his little feet, and his long arms, complete with long fingers, and thought they looked like his father's hands. I remember him sleeping peacefully on my left side. I remember him turning his head toward his father's voice when he spoke. I remember them gazing into each other's eyes when I placed him to his father's arms for the first time. I was not thinking about adoption at all. The people who ended up adopting him are his parents. I share DNA with him. They don't. That's the difference. I'm a mother who does not feel like she made a choice. I'm a mother who feels like she signed the paperwork surrendering her maternal rights at a time when I was completely unable to think, feel, or process anything clearly. I had just given birth 7 hours before. In Florida, this constitutes a choice. My son, his siblings, and I have to live with that until such a time when my youngest son is free to make a choice for himself. I am not unaware of birth control. I am not ignorant, stupid, or any less than any other human being. I am not a drug addict, a whore, or someone who has many sexual partners at all. I am not a birthing pod, a human incubator. I am not off being frivolous or insensitive. I still cry almost every day. I'm a human being, and I'm a mother of children who I think about every single day, no matter where in the world they happen to be. I am a human being who sometimes feels like a failure for thinking about adoption at all. So before you decide to condemn and be nasty to people you don't even know, please remember we all feel pain, we all feel love, and we all bleed the same.